What's up guys, today's gonna be all about the finesse. Finesse is one of my favorite words to use of all time. I just absolutely love that word, and basically it describes what I do when I'm faking it to make it. So today we're rocking with Neflyon. You guys know I've worked with this company a few times. Ashley, if you're tuning into my videos for the first time, hi, hope you guys stay a while, watch a few more videos, and also I hope that you guys will subscribe if you love the content here. So they sent me over this wig here, and of course she's curly. She has some gorgeous brown highlights in her, which make it super brown girl friendly, but still gives you a nice pop of color if you want to, you know, switch it up a little bit, but you want to keep it safe. As far as the lace, it's about a medium brown, so it's gonna match fairly good as well. Also, it does fit glueless, so this is what it fits like ear to ear, and as you guys can see, there is no buckling. It's not loose. If I pull it back and pull it forward, I actually, you know, it's fitted to my head like a glove. So it's 18-inch curly Brazilian hair. The dimensions are 13 by 6, 150% density, and then the color is 1B30. So the entire wig is a 1B, and the brown highlights around are a color 30. So the first step is going to be to put a foundation on the lace. Now this is a brown lace, like I said before, so it does match my skin decently, but not perfectly. Like right now it looks decent, but once I go ahead and put it in, it's not going to match perfectly. So I'm going to use a foundation to go ahead and make it match my complexion. Now I'm going to just go ahead and flip the wig inside out, and I'm just going to do a test spot on the side. I kind of just want to see how it's going to come out on the lace. Now it's really hard for you guys to see it on camera, but I think this may work good. So I'm gonna go ahead and buff this along the entire hairline and then put her back on. We are gonna go ahead and cut off the lace and form the baby hair. But before we do that, I do wanna go ahead and see what this wig's parting looks like. So the parting actually looks pretty good on this one. There is 6 inches of parting space going backwards. I think I might go ahead and go for a center part because that's the easiest. Okay, so we're done with the install. I like to take the clips out after I install and just kind of pull out the excess hair. So at this point, we've tweezed out the wig a little bit along the hairline, just a little bit, not a lot. And then we also cut the excess lace. So what you will find is immediately after, hair is supposed to come out. This is different than shedding, like the wig is falling apart. This is literally like you pulled hair out, so get the hair out of the wig, if that makes any sense. So for the hairline, we're gonna use a foam lotion, and it's like a foam, a mousse, whatever you want to call it. I have two here that I'm gonna, not sure which I'm gonna use. So whichever one I end up using, I'll link in the description box. Okay, so my baby hair looks very 90s. If you go back to a lot of my childhood pictures, this literally is how a lot of times like my mom did my hair and her hair, where when it was baby hair, it literally was like a whole row of baby hair pushed forward and then literally covering the entire hairline. I do have a big forehead and she knew it, so this was the style, this was the vibe. I'm gonna go ahead and let this set, and then I'm gonna go back in and customize it. So I'm not gonna leave it exactly like this, but yeah, I'm gonna just go ahead and let it set. And why I do that is I find that if you are a beginner with baby hair and you feel like it sucks, go ahead and make baby hair and allow it to look crazy and set and dry. When you go back at the end, and you'll see in just a moment, you'll be able to go in and customize it that second time, and it's going to be so much easier. So rather than letting yourself get frustrated because it's not coming out the way you want, pull baby hair forward, let it set, go back in, and then you'll be able to get, or it'll be easier per se, to get the shape that you truly want. So now it's time to go in and style the hair. We're going with the usual suspects, so go ahead and follow along as we go ahead and get it cracking. Okay, so I went ahead and did my makeup, and whoo child, I thought I was going to be able to just do my makeup really quickly and come back to you guys, and it's been a mess. Still breastfeeding. My daughter turned 10 months a couple of days ago, so I am T-minus 2 months before I can officially wean her off. She is my last baby, so after that I am officially done. I can drink wine again, have my body back, I can diet, I can skip meals. It's just, today's not my day. So anyways, I'm gonna try and see how can I get this brighter. Hopefully that looks better. But yeah, so my ring light broke. As soon as it broke, I was going to find backup lighting. My daughter started crying. I went upstairs to feed her, came back down, was scrambling through all of my stuff to find more lighting. Couldn't find anything because the ring light actually still works. The stand or the clasp snapped, so I had nowhere to put it onto. So I took so long trying to figure that out, and then when I almost gave up, I remembered Newer actually sent me a ring light a couple of months ago, right before the quarantine, and it was upstairs in my closet. So of course I was able to go up there and make hella noise, but I found it and I was able to put it together. And then I woke my oldest daughter up, so she's upstairs wrestling with my husband, and it's like 2:30 in the morning. So this is one of those nights where you realize what entrepreneurship is. It just is a mess sometimes, but of course we have to push through. All in that, I did go ahead and put on my makeup so I can kind of, you know, let the wig dry and let the hair set. One thing I didn't do was add the concealer to the parting, so let's go ahead and do that now, and then we'll pretty much be done. We can go ahead and update the baby hair as well. So let's just do the parting and see how we feel. So you guys know our favorite is Fenty for the parting. Oh, that's really bright. So I have two lights going right now. I think the other one's gonna break, but let's see. I don't know, it's like too much light. Now with the baby hair behind here, this can be a little more gradient, but you guys know I'm cool with the way that looks, especially because we're doing a center part. If you want, you can take the baby hair apart and kind of like redo it. Like I told you guys before, now it's kind of shaping. You see how like when I brush it out, it still will like easily go back to the way it was because it's trained. So once you kind of train it to swoop in the direction you want it to go, you can literally go in and customize it, and it'll be so much easier, because I feel like the first time you do baby hair literally takes so long and it takes so much energy. So if you want, you can just literally comb it out so there's not so uniform and feathery. If any pieces are a little bit too long, you can go in and cut them, like right here. And I don't like it to all be perfectly one length, so I kind of will just cut at it until I get what I want. And now you can kind of leave it like that, where it's a little bit like feathery, and just allow it to do its own thing. You can, you know, thin it out a little bit if it's a little bit too thick for you. A little bit of a hack is if it's like too thick for you and you don't want to use tweezers, you can kind of brush a little bit of this back into it, so that when you re-swoop it, you kind of add that back in there, and then you go in and redo your baby hair. Now if you're gonna redo it, you probably should use more products, so you can go back in with foam lotion, or you can use an edge control. Again, you kind of just wanted to mold it that one good time to make it easier to, you know, play with. Now I kind of personally feel like, because I'm a brown girl, and this is just with any complexion, not just being a brown girl making excuses, but even though I like took it back that way, and you see it kind of stayed even though it was trying to go this way. So just have fun with it. Don't, you know, be so tight when it comes to the baby hair. If you don't like baby hair, you don't have to use baby hair. I like it because tomorrow when I wake up, if I don't sleep with a scarf or if it gets a little wet in the shower, because I used a non-glue adhesive, it may not stick down, but because this one fits glueless, I could finesse and just leave it there and not rebond it down, and it'll be easier to camouflage like the hairline because I have baby hair all the way around. And because it's fairly full and has curls, I kind of feel like the thickness of baby hair isn't too much, especially with a center part. Again, to each his own. So if you're not a fan of baby hair, then obviously this is not for you. That's okay. Just take and do, you know, at this step what you would do or what you prefer. Also, I've mentioned this before, but like kind of how I straighten out the parting a little bit. Sometimes it'll get rid of the crimps in this area and make it too straight. So then like this part doesn't necessarily match the texture of the hair because I've literally straightened it. So you can use the barrel to kind of like stamp in there. You see how that made a crimp? I can literally like hold it there for a second and it crimped it. And you can make them all kind of lengths and shapes, but you see how I kind of crimp that up. Now of course you can go in and take your time and do it how you want. This is hot, so with me sitting it here, the longer that I sit it here, the hotter it gets on my scalp. So be aware of that. Now it looks crimped, but still a little bit more flat. Now, I know a lot of people would be like, why would you press it out just to make it look crimped? Why don't you just not press it out? For me, when it's nice and voluminous right at the parting, it always looks a little bit more wiggy on me. Like it never necessarily looks good on me. So I like to make it look more flat right there so I don't look crazy. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Sorry for the change in lighting, and I know you guys can hear like background noise and stuff. I had to take the mic off to put that extra camera lighting on here to double up since my original ring light broke. And it's gonna probably dull out again. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like this video, share with your friends. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you are loving the content here. And as always, I'll see you in the next one. Smooches!